RIN TV coverage of the 2013 RIMS conference is brought to you by the Hawaii Captive Insurance Council.
Alfred Bergbauer is the head of Multinational Casualty at Excel. Here he talks about the major issues facing risk managers in today's global business environment.
There are 5 big topics that caught my attention at RIMS this year. 2 are tactical. One is sharing the Latin American ERM experience. In this conversation, Latin American experts will talk about the emergence of the Multinational corporation and explore some of the differences between the European risk management philosophy and approach and the North American approach. That should prove to be very interesting. As we see Latin American global companies emerge, this will be a very valuable group to sit in on. The second is successful business continuity planning, lessons learned from the great East Japan earthquake. And in this discussion, it will be sponsored by RIMS Japan, so a very special event where we have colleagues from overseas coming in. They'll talk about life safety, asset protection, supply chain issues, and then they'll discuss and talk about a lot of the hidden losses that have impacted organizations as a result of the earthquake. There are 3 global operational and strategic conversations and sessions that caught my eye. The first is business continuity planning and critical responses, standards, regulations, laws, and best practices. In this, the question is posed, do risk managers really understand the laws, regulations, and best practices in the countries in which they operate and in their own industries, globally as well as in North America? The next one is CAPT is facing regulatory and regulatory opportunities and challenges. In this, the group will talk about Graham Dodd and Solvency II, and talk about the tactical and the financial and operational implications of many of the captive laws that are coming down the pike. The last is, to me, maybe the most interesting. It's compliance considerations for the global risk professional. In this, a group of experts from North America will talk about the decision-making criteria around development and implementation of global programs, and walk through peer reviews of different approaches that companies have taken, and try to debunk and walk through a systematic process of addressing the intense scrutiny going on globally among tax and insurance regulators, and try to give some practical solutions to listeners.
We'd like to thank the sponsors of RIN TV's coverage of the 2013 RIMS conference in Los Angeles.